Okay. I'm already on my side. Becky and Zako?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Still getting some feedback.
Well, what's happening is if anybody's talking at the same time, as soon as Ben lights up, it's going to feed back the other person that's talking as well. So just keep that in mind. If you basically, as soon as you hear it, let go of your push to talk, or stop for a second, and then Ben can speak. So if anybody's trying to talk at the same time as Ben, it's going to do that. So, but I mean, we can fix it afterwards. We'll just deal with it for this session. It's already only an hour and a half of time left anyway.
Okay, guys. Actually, so that did work. That arrow went in and hit that goblin. Looked like a good hit on him too. Doesn't look like he's feeling too good anymore. Any bonuses for you, Sako?
I couldn't really hear you, but no further action.
Becky, you being on, it's the fan that's hitting yours and triggering your mic as well. And then when Ben is talking, it's feeding yours back in.
I'll get it turned off.
You can if you leave the fan on and just turn yours to push to talk as well, then it won't be a problem. Up to you, either way.
Is that any better?
Ben, say something, and then we'll see if you're still lighting up.
Any better, guys?
I can't tell. Becky didn't light up at that one part, but just go ahead, and we'll check as it goes. Your Goblin 19's turn.
Yeah. All right. So these goblins come in, see all the commotion, and head over this way. So let me see what he's gonna do. All right. Since there's a bunch of things in the way, he's just gonna shoot the first thing he can see. Kobold 25.
From that range, he's within 5 feet. He's going to have disadvantage if he's using a ranged attack. Or he could, make a half step further and then just use melee.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do, because that's a little narrow passageway, too. Probably wouldn't be able to see through it well to shoot, so he's just going to swing instead. He has a scimitar and short bow on him.
No.
That poor little kobold. No, he's dead.
How are we going to hire these guys to help out the bar if they're dead?
Too bad. Mean old goblin. All right. And it's Tan's turn. He just saw his friend get whacked by that mean-ass goblin, so he's going to go try to defend his honor. So the kobold goes over there and stabs him with his dagger to try to pay him back for killing his friend over there. Alright, now it's number one's turn. Trying to hit the closest one that he sees, number 23 here, and he connects.
Damn it.
Oh, all you guys' friends are dying, man.
Kobolds are tiny. They usually have like 5 hit points or something anyway, so.
Okay, now it's the ogre's turn. Alright, and from this angle, with that narrow corridor, would he have disadvantage trying to hit your Eldor with a ranged attack, G?
Probably. Well, I mean, for me, he'd have to be able to fire over that goblin. So if he's tall enough to shoot over the goblin, then he'd be fine with a ranged attack from that angle. For Eldor, he's got a pretty straight shot. And then for Akasha also, if he just kind of threaded the needle between, then he'd be able to shoot at any of us. Just a matter of, the goblin's probably short enough that the half ogre is tall enough to if he's got a crossbow or something.
Yeah, so actually he sees a taller target easily over. Well, those two kobolds are laying dead now anyway, but they were short anyway, so he's going to go over their heads and see if he can hit the giant cowman with the jab. And he hits. Oh, and you succeeded on your concentration, so Bane is still up. And this guy's dead, so it's not his turn anymore. The Duergar there that the kobolds were listening to at first. Alright, now it's your buddy's turn. Oh, wait a minute, no, he's dead. Okay, new round. That one is also toast, and it's Ghosty's turn.
Alrighty. So, let's see. Alright, then he's just going to go and pounce on this guy.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to target him. There we go.
And it does not succeed, so he is on his ass.
Sweet. There. Back here. And favorite enemy. Which one is it? That one.
It hits.
Some goblin lunch.
Yeah, not even unconscious. He just definitely ripped out a nice piece of his neck, like gushing blood.
Sweet. And then he's just gonna step back over there.
Now it's your turn, bud.
Alrighty. Now, one of my spells, it's supposed to have a concentration thing, but there's no self button on here for the effect, so
What spell is it?
it's my ensnaring strike.
I'll put it in my notes here real quick to remind myself, and then I'll show Ben how to add that for you. In the meantime, you can just, know that it is there. Of course, you'll have that up as concentration.
So,
It works.
okay, so now I cast and see if he makes a save.
Ogre succeeds.
God damn it.
It was a strength save, so it probably would have been tough to beat.
Alright.
My turn.
Alright.
My turn. I am gonna. I'll have to deal with this goblin first to get him out of the way. So I'm going to move in the way a little bit so that if the ogre keeps trying to. It was a javelin that he threw, G?
Yes, he tossed a javelin at Eldor.
Okay. Then it's probably on the floor between, Eldor and Akasha or down there anyway. So I don't know if he has more, but just in case I'm going to get in the way here and take care of this dumb goblin. Does this goblin look injured at all?
Let me see. Yeah, he's actually not looking like he's feeling too well. That arrow that Eldor hit him with was hit a good location, so he's hurt.
Becky, you're still feeding back. It's just background sounds, like street sounds. If you don't mind, just put it on push to talk, and then we'll fix it after the session so that it isn't a problem anymore. And then, like, if you have, you can still turn your fan on or whatever, so you're not too hot. All right, I'm going to, since he's already looking wounded anyways, I'm not going to bother trying to trip him or anything. I'm just going to whack him with the butt end of the spear, which I'll get my Slayer on since he's already injured too. For an 18, does that hit?
It does.
Hopefully this kills him. Yay. right, so that with that goblin unconscious, I'm gonna spin. Well, I can fit into the gap there, right into right here.
Yeah, that ogre might have some trouble squeezing through, and Eldor would have to go slow. But you and Akasha can make it without too much trouble because those goblins came through okay.
You know what? I have enough movement. I don't want to block the gap anyways. I was here, right? So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. I'm going to get up to here, assuming that there's enough space that I can fit in beside him up here. I'm going to go over the other dead goblin after whacking that one. So just run by, kind of crack this guy with the butt into the spear, which knocked him out, and then come around to this side so that I can keep the ogre on me and ignoring the other two, hopefully, and ghost. So I'm going to try to trip him with my spear here. So, well, I forgot to make the attack first anyways. And he's acted already, so I'm going to use my determination to give myself advantage on the attack.
Okay.
For a 27.
Connects. Hits.
All right, then he needs to make a DC 18 strength save. So actually, I'll just target him real quick. Hang on. Did he succeed or fail?
He failed. So
All
that
right.
drunkenness.
All right.
And has he been injured at all, or is he still full health?
He was hurt already. Akasha got a good arrow on him.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. Awesome. Then in that case, I get my Slayer and my trip attack, and that's it. For 25. And that did it?
Yeah, because his drunkenness. I mean, now that he's actually expired, he actually wasn't just drunk. He had actually drank so much that he had gave himself alcohol poisoning, so he was weak to begin with. Because he was definitely something. So, but then that's what it was. He wasn't full strength, because he was alcohol poisoned. So, and Akasha got a really good shot on him too, and that was a good hit.
Cool. All right, then in that case, I'm going to check this room over here and, any other routes to make sure that there aren't more of them. And I'll not shout, but kind of tell to Eldor and Akasha to check that dwarf's pockets to see if he's maybe the one. Did he, at least as far as what description we got from Jarlaxle and Sheena, did that dwarf, Korgstrad there, did he match the description that they gave of the one that, the dwarf that had been in Fenris's house?
They didn't know for sure. They just knew it was one of the darker skinned dwarves, one of the Duergar. And you guys already checked that other group, so hopefully this is the guy. If that's the correct intel, this must be the guy. Because they said it was one of the Duergars, they just didn't know which one. They just knew it was a Duergar, and of course you guys found multiple down here.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm going to check this out on this side and kind of keep an eye out in case more, because we know that at least that first group came from the south, and then this ogre came from the east here, so... If you want to, I mean, if it matters, you can reveal the area over here. And that's it for my turn.
Yep. All right. Actually, yeah, that's it. Can you have Ghost give me a perception check, please, babe? With his ears, so no advantage. The rest of that room you see is just a square room. Because you would have been all reveal the top part too, but you don't really see anything in there except for the way you came through, and then another way to the east. And otherwise, you're just in a square room with a dead half-drunk ogre.
That's what I was really checking, though, was basically over here to see the route where the ogre came from, to see if there's more threats coming from that side.
From what you can see, you don't see anything so far.
Okay, I'll just wait right there while Eldor and Akasha are doing whatever they need to do. Becky,
Okay,
Becky, I haven't.
sorry. I haven't heard Becky say anything since changing it to push to talk, if that's what she did. So try something, Becky. Check the key for push to talk, because you need to assign a key. So whatever button you've pressed or whatever assigned you. under where when you've checked push to talk and push to talk is lit up and check marked in blue, under that it'll say shortcut, and then there's a box there. You click in that box and then press whatever button you want it to be, and that'll be your keybind. Like I use left alt, but you can use, the number keys or whatever you want, doesn't matter. And then the push to talk release delay, you want to move that slider pretty far to the left, if not the entire way to the left.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, there you go, perfect. So sorry, if you said anything since changing it, we didn't hear what it was.
No, I was just trying to figure out which button to push.
Gotcha. It took me a while getting used to it too, but that's what I usually use that one, but whatever. I think you can even use your mouse buttons if you prefer.
All right, I'm gonna check out this stuff over here.
All right, let me look that up real quick. Hang on a sec, babe. Oh, and G, when you look, you see that there's like a little corridor that goes to the north. So as you can see, kind of half revealed up there, you see that it does move off to the north up there, a little corridor that way, which is the other way out of that room.
Do I hear any more activity around? Anybody, footsteps approaching, any of that sort?
No, you don't, but that perception roll from Ghost Honey, he hears something coming from the other side, or from north of where you guys came from through that secret door, because remember, there was the other door to the north. He hears something coming through there, and he hears high-pitched squealing screams, and then like a squishy kind of moving sound, and then chewing sounds.
What the fuck is that?
That's gross.
Did he bark and tell you what he heard?
You probably would have came over and got me at least.
Did anybody check that dwarf's pockets? If he's got the stone, if we have what we need, we can get out of here before anybody else shows up, unless there's more to look for.
I'll go check it real quick.
Give me an investigation, please, Eldor. Okay, honey. And when you were looking over there, you just saw, you don't really see too much that's too interesting. You see some stairs that go up and that lead up, and you see a wooden door up there, and there's some barrels and stuff, and then you see a bunch of rats running around. And let's see. Yeah, in that first room there. Yeah, so you don't really see much there, just some stairs in the corner from what you were looking at. And then some barrels and stuff, a bunch of rats running around, and then when you look down the other way, hang on. You see down there that there's a door leading into another room, and then another corridor. So door to the west, corridor to the east. So in the southern part of that room that you were looking at. Okay, and yeah, it wouldn't be hard to find. You actually do find a stone that looks exactly what you guys are looking for on that dead dark-skinned dwarf right there.
Sounds good. I'll grab it and I'll kind of flash it to the team so they know that we got it.
Cool.
All right, the sounds that Ghost heard, checking this corridor over here, G, is this it? Does it just connect back to that rusty door that we saw in the sewer connection?
That's exactly what it is. And you also see another door to your east right there, but that northern door of that corridor goes, you would assume, right back to where you were before, because it's that same rusty door and probably looks about the same on both sides, so leading back into the sewage tunnel.
The door to the east, is it closed or open? That one.
That one. It's not locked. When you go to look at it, the door's not locked. It's just closed. It's a wooden door.
But I don't hear any sounds coming from the other side?
Go ahead and give me a perception if you want to give it a listen.
18.
definitely a good roll. And when you stick your ear up to that, you don't hear a damn thing in there.
All right. I'm gonna come back, seeing that there doesn't appear to be any threat there. I'm gonna come back to the group and just ask, did we find the stone then?
I think so.
Then do you guys want to check the rest of the place out, see if there's anything valuable here, or just get out of here?
Can I see anything coming from the room to the north?
No, because there was a door up there, so you see through the tunnel, and you see that other door adjacent from the secret door that you went through. But behind that door is where those sounds were coming from, but it's closed.
I pat the little guy on the head, the little kobold, and just tell him that I'm still dwarf-like, and I tell him that he's going to come with us. He's our friend now, and his name is Snivel. I tell him that his actual name is.
Your name is Reek.
Just call it Reek. That's good.
He looks up at you and kind of just like, actually looks like he's kind of entertained by the idea, and just says, "Okay, me sniffle."
Do we need to do anything with that mechanical beholder? Like, was there something in there? I mean, it just looks like it's a a complex piece of machinery, but like, is it just a a toy that they made?
You guys didn't have much of a chance to check it out. You're welcome to take it with you if you want to. Again, it's bigger than those gazers, but if you guys, you guys could carry it out if you want to. It's just wouldn't exactly fit in a bag, but it is carryable. It's not too big to carry. So, but you didn't have much of a chance to investigate it. But it looks like an actual mechanical thing. It doesn't just look like it's a a crappy little toy. So you could check it out more if you wanted to.
Well, Eldor, Akasha, what do you guys think? Should we search the rest of the place? Risk further altercations, or should we just maybe grab that thing, lug it out of here, and head back? If we got what we came for with the stone, I'm fine with looking around to see if there's anything valuable stuck in here, but it's up to you guys.
I don't mind looking around. We got a few minutes.
All right, then shout if anybody, if anything threatening appears. Hopefully, before it's too threatening. I'll check the room to the east, I guess. Eldor, you're already down there. Looks like there's another door there. Akasha, maybe you want to check the room that you were in back there, where those stairs and crates and everything are.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
And I will head back over to this door over here to the side. The bottom part, G, right here, you didn't quite have that revealed. Is that just the corner, or is there another door there?
Just a corner, nothing special. Yeah. So eastern door and northern door for you.
All right, so we might as well just go initiative order there where we were. So what's Eldor's room look like?
All right, let me look that up 1 second here, guys. That is okay.
I brought Sniffle with me, by the way. He's my personal bodyguard.
Eldor, you see that room is kind of a little bit lower when you walk down those steps. It's like some of the tiles that you can see are cracking, so it's kind of sank in a little bit. And you do see on the eastern wall there's an iron door over there, but it doesn't, from what you can see, it doesn't look like it's locked. It doesn't have a padlock on it or anything. And then you staircase on the southern wall just below where you are over there, and that the stairs are crumbling and stuff. And at the top is a wooden door, and it's shut with a chain and a padlock on it.
All right, I'll take a look at that chain and padlock, see if I can just listen at the door, see if there's anything.
Okay, perception, please. That was a really good roll. You actually listen through there, and it doesn't even sound like it's even down here in the cellar anymore, because you can hear footsteps and stuff on streets, and even like the little clapping of horse hooves and stuff on the cobblestone streets. So you're assuming that's a way that leads back outside.
Sounds good. I'll kind of let everyone know, kind of yell it out, so they know this is.
Awesome. Okay. Were you Akasha or Ravi the one you guys going to check those doors you're in front of?
Yeah, but for Eldor, there's still the passage to the left, which looks like it just connects back to the room that Akasha's in, and then he has a door on the right also.
Yeah, he would have been looking through that passageway. Yes, that connects. He sees Akasha standing there in front of that door.
Okay. And then the door on the right for him?
He has not investigated that yet, I don't believe. And it doesn't look
Not yet.
locked. So
What was that, G?
I said, and it doesn't look like it's locked, so you can try it or you can listen or whatever you want to do. You don't see a lock on it, Sako.
All right, I'll just carefully open it up and just kind of peek my eyes around the corner, not making any noise.
All right, and when you open it up, you look inside a room and don't see much. You just see it's actually completely empty for the most part. An old storage room, and you just see some hooks hanging from the ceiling. So maybe they were, hanging animals there or whatever. People, who the hell knows? But nothing out of the ordinary. Empty, basically.
Meat hooks from the ceiling are definitely within the ordinary.
Maybe they're under suspension. It gets them off. Who knows?
Like, the cell. I think that was from the cell, wasn't it? I mean, I'm sure it's
I think so. Or maybe David Carradine was in there and things went terribly, terribly wrong. All right, you gonna check out that door, babes?
Yeah, what exactly was up here again?
That was... Okay, yeah, some stairs going up and you see a wooden door at the top up there. Yeah, and then just some barrels and stuff up those stairs.
Is the wooden door locked?
It is not.
I'll just quietly sneak it open.
Okay, and when you open it up, you look and see you are looking down an alley, so it's another way out. So, and you don't see anything worth note in that alley, just usual stuff, trash cans, whatever, but it's another way out.
Alright, then I guess I'll go back to the store.
Okay, let me see. All right. At that door, did you just listen or did you open it up?
I would have listened first.
Can you give me a perception, please? Another good roll. You actually don't hear anything. It sounds completely quiet in there.
Alright, I'm gonna open the door.
All right, you look into a room and you see this one actually has some furnishings and stuff in it. They're all old and dusty and some more broken and everything, but there's a wooden desk, some chairs that are a bit wobbly. There's a coat rack over there, a couple of tables, and then there's a wooden trunk over, in the bottom left corner over there. All just old and dusty. Doesn't seem too interesting.
I'm gonna check out the trunk.
All right. Can you roll a D100 for me, babe? And that was what you right click on the D10 and there's a little percent sign.
Yep, percent sign in the top left.
Third from the right.
Third from the left. Looks like a top. Like a spinning top.
The percent sign, right?
Yep.
Okay. You open up the trunk and you just see some old clothes and stuff in there. A little bit eaten up, like a moth got into it or whatever, but nothing that really seems too fancy. The clothes, don't seem like they're made of really great silk or anything, so kind of just standard.
Okay.
All right, and actually, can you have Ghost give me another perception check, please? Again, just ears. Well, actually, you can too, since you're close enough. Okay, you hear the same sounds as before. Again, like high-pitched squeaking sounds, and the sound of like some metal clanking a little bit, and then again you hear like a squishy sound as it sounds like it's moving a little bit, and then eating sounds as well too. But then you also hear right after that a bang on that door. You hear banging like fist up against that other hidden door north of the one that you guys came through.
The one we came through is still open, and it's just the one that's north of that there's a banging against that door.
Yeah, because the northern door is still closed, so there's something banging up against that door, and those same sounds that Ghost had heard before, and mentally told her about, I guess, with his fish brain. So.
Like somebody's trying to escape that room?
You would assume so. It doesn't sound very nice, but yeah, again, nasty sounds, and then banging on that door, that northern door.
I'm gonna, like, by now, because remember, all these things would be happening simultaneously, so I would have checked the room that I'm by and then kind of returned back over there when the sounds are going off too.
Okay.
This was, kind of quick check the rest of the rooms type of thing and then get ready to go, but I suppose we might need to deal with, or at least investigate what's going on in the chamber to the north, on the other side of the thing.
Okay, and you had already checked that door and you didn't hear anything in there, so I'm assuming you mean you opened it up now, right?
Yeah, open it up and check inside, make sure that there's nobody gonna... basically, the purpose of what I was trying to do is make sure that there's nobody hiding in one of these rooms back here that's gonna come in and hit us in the back when we're trying to either leave or go check up the north. Securing the perimeter.
Okay, when you open that up, it's just completely empty. Nothing of value in there.
Okay, then I would return back. I'd tell Sniffle to stay behind me and then head up to the door over here.
Okay.
If you turn him green, I can probably move him, but it's not guaranteed that he is friendly just yet anyways, although he's acting at the moment. He could, he's just a kobold. He's not very smart.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely seems to be doing what you're saying. So, as far as you know, he's friendly. So.
Cool.
Okay, and let me see. Hang on a second.
Since I can talk to Ghost as well, I'll ask him what he heard. I suppose he probably would have already told Akasha, so I could just ask her easier.
Sorry, I forgot to press a button. Sounds like somebody's trying to escape out of this room and something's trying to eat him.
You did spoil it, G.
Yep, I totally did. Looking at the wrong one. Because I wasn't even looking at him. I just remembered that there was troglodytes and kobolds in here, and I just said the wrong name. So when that door actually burst open, and you see a troglodyte standing there looking very terrified, and yeah, Rob can see it too. You guys can see that there is another one behind him, probably 20, 25 feet behind him.
And they're running towards the sewer part?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, the northern one, 11, is moving south towards that door, and 24 is at that door. So.
Did Akasha and Ghost jump into the water? Into the sewer water?
Yeah, I was actually heading over to go check the door, but Ghost still has an hour of the potion, so can he try to climb the...
Well, if the door's open now, he could presumably just jump across.
But yeah, that potion is still active, so.
How far is it?
Sorry, babe, how far is what?
How far is it to the other door? Can he make that jump?
The map's not very good, but the way it was is that there were a couple steps up to where the doors are not within the water, so he would be able to climb himself up there. He's long enough, or whatever you want to say, because it'd be a few feet up just where it's not in the water, and then inside those little areas, north and south, were those little secret doors that were hard to see that you guys found that are both open now. So yes, he could make it, and you wouldn't even need the spider climb thing, but that will help, of course. But
Okay, then he'll try to jump over here.
okay, and is he just running through? Or is he going to try to attack that one? Because so far that troglodyte is just running. He's actually, still running right now. So he's going to be going through that door. So is Ghost just going by him?
Yeah, depending on how tall that thing is, try to go over him.
They're pretty short too, G, right? Couple, 2 or 3 feet, like a.
I don't know.
Not sure how big they're supposed to be. Let me look. They're size medium, so no, they would be 5 feet tall. Yeah, they're 5 feet, 150 pounds. They're lizard-like creatures. They're kind of like a bigger kobold, except a lot more more lizardy and less draconic.
Okay. So no, he wouldn't be able to fit past him. Unless he just wants to wait a second and let that troglodyte keep running. But then, as Ghost runs up there, he sees, stepping out from that corridor over this very odd, like oozy looking thing with numerous mouths all over it, slowly slinking south, running after that troglodyte. Well, not running, but going after that troglodyte.
I have no idea what that is. Is it actually called a gibbering mouther, G, or is that the unidentified name?
No, that actually is the name. I'm going to look up and see if there's a VA for it.
Oh, it did no big. Well, actually, if you click the thing, there almost always is. So click the info button for it, and then there's 2 tabs on the NPC record. There's 2 tabs on the right. Click the bottom one, and there's a picture there from the. It's usually the picture from the Monsters Manual, and you can just share that if you want instead of having to look one up.
Very handy, thank you. Incoming.
Yeah, that's there for pretty much any NPC. What the fuck? It's like an ooze with like a jelly or a pudding with mouths. It looks like it's trying to eat these troglodytes, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to eat these troglodytes, and then when you look at the mouth, or you see that he has numerous gold coins stuck to his ooze. So apparently he was running through some treasure or something, but you do see a bunch of gold coins and some silver coins and stuff stuck to his oozy body, and you're assuming that he's hungry, yes, because Ghost and Akasha did hear, crunching, eating sounds. You'd assume it was one or more of those poor troglodytes being lunch, so.
Well, it's going to end up coming after us if the troglodytes get away, so we might as well go and do initiative and deal with it, even if we're just leaving.
Okay, I was going to say that's up to you guys, because he will be coming at you guys, but as of right now, you guys do have a chance to turn the other way if you want to, and I don't think he'd be able to catch you. So it's up to you guys whether you want to go or not. So.
Your call, Eldor Akasha.
I'm down.
Whatever we decide to do, I'm still going to try and shoot it first.
Well, you're blocking the troglodyte from getting out, so it's going to end up hitting you, unless you get out of the way.
I thought I was off to the side. Sorry.
Oh, well, where the map... Well, yeah, but he has to go your way. He has, like, for him to get out, he's going to walk downstream, because remember, that's where we saw all the water splashes. They weren't to the right, they were only to the left, which means that for him to leave, he's still going to have to go through you. And he's big. Or, well, he's, humanoid size, 5 to 6 feet. Plus, you're in the water anyway. You don't want to take wounds when you're in the water.
Yeah, he's running out and he sees you and he stops and he doesn't look like he's much concerned with you at all, except for getting past you as much as possible. So he's trying to sneak and press his body up against the side of the tunnel to sneak past you. So
I'll push myself up against the other side.
okay, he goes through and when he's going past you, he's not paying much attention and ends up tripping and falling on his face, so down in that stuff, and starts floating for a second, but then he picks himself back up and starts running off again.
Ugh.
Did he splash me? It's gross.
You know what? Actually, roll a d20. Let's see how much he splashed you. Okay, not much. I mean, he was going and fell at an angle and half hit the wall before he slid in, so it wasn't a massive tidal wave, but you did get some on your arm a little bit. So okay, guys. So if you want to stay, go ahead and roll initiative.
Clear what's there, 2G. So click the menu in the bottom left corner. Click that, and then go to initiative on the left, I think it is, and then I think it's the bottom right one that'll look like a circle for reset initiative or something like that. There you go.
Bam.
It's been over a minute by now too, so Bane would be dropped, but also we have the other guys that are dead, the unconscious body. I suppose that's not going to hurt anything there anyways, but up to you. And you could, if you wanted to, you could rename the kobold, but no big deal there, just as a easier identifier.
There we go. He knows his name. His name is Sniffle.
We came with the goal of acquiring a new bar guard, and I don't know if a little 5 HP kobold is going to be good for that, but we're not going to use him for combat or anything anyway, so he'll just die. Hit the down arrow when you're ready, G.
Okay, I was just rolling the initiative for that thing. That's terrible. Okay, so not as bad as I thought. So it is Eldora's turn.
All right. Do I have a clear line of sight with this gibbering mouther?
Yeah, actually you would, because you can get over Ghost Head. So you'd be going through those two doors, but they are real size doors. They're just up a little bit, but you are tall, so that probably wouldn't impede him, would it, G? Because the doors are upset a bit from the screen.
Yeah, Ghost being in the way would be the bigger impedance, but Ghost is, he's tall enough to shoot over Ghost Head without being a problem.
So I think you're okay. I don't think there's any penalties for that, Taco, for ranged.
All right. I can't get around. I can't get around Ghost, can I?
No, he'd be right in the way, wouldn't he, Holmes?
Yeah.
Shoot. All right, change of plans then. I'm just going to heal up a little bit. I'm going to cure wounds on myself right now.
Okay.
Garbage.
We actually remembered your modifiers this time, though, so it's not just one.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else for you, sir?
Not at the moment.
All right. Next is Rav.
If we're gonna deal with this thing, and that's the plan, and I can't get around Ghost anyway, so I'll just I'll put a poison on my spear. I thought, did Ghost not jump? Well, I guess he couldn't have because the troglodyte was in the way. He was going to jump, but he hasn't yet then, so that's all I'm going to do. I can't really do anything else at the moment. Yeah, I'll just tell Sniffle to keep back. We'll take care of this, and that's it.
Okay, so Sniffle is just gonna remain hiding behind you, and it is the Mouther's turn. So he is going to. He doesn't have much movement, but he's gonna move a little bit closer. Okay. Let's see. Can you give me a Wisdom saving throw, babes? Okay, let's see. So, you did not succeed, and let me see what's going on here. Okay, so in other words, sorry I had to read that there. You are not currently in control of yourself since you didn't get that because the thing looks at you and starts saying all these odd, well, gibberish, I guess, is based off of his name, incomplete words and phrases and stuff like that through multiple mouths, and it seems to be making you feel like you're not really in control of yourself right now. So. All right, babe. Can you roll a d8 for me? Okay, let's see. Okay, that's what you'll do. So you get this urge uncontrollable. Again, like you're not the one doing it, but you can't seem to stop yourself. And you turn around and didn't mean to shrink you. Hang on. So you turn around and against your better judgment, because again, this thing wasn't trying to hurt you. You pull out your sickles and try to slash at that troglodyte that ran past you because he still hasn't had a chance to get much past you yet. So let me see. Okay, I don't think I can do it from here. So just go ahead and roll an attack against that troglodyte. 24. Lucky for that poor little guy, you end up missing him. So, and then after that, you still don't feel like you're in control of yourself. But that's all that the thing made you do for now. So. Okay, Ghosty's turn.
Alright, he's gonna try to make that jump again, I guess.
Okay, yeah, he makes it through, no problem, especially with the spider climb and everything. So he is on the other side, looking at that nasty-looking gibber.
Okay, then he's just gonna go off to the side so he's not quite in the way. Whoops, wrong way.
It connects. All right, Ghost gets a nice little bite on that nasty thing, but he, well, you wouldn't be able to see him, but when he bites it, he looks like it doesn't taste very good at all. He kind of just gags a little bit.
Okay.
And this poor guy that you tried to murder is not even really worried about that. He's so damn scared of that thing that was chasing him. So he is going to... Oh, he's got 30 feet. Alright, and now it's this one's turn. So you see this one, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the one that was behind the mouther over there, it's his turn. And you see him, let's see. Yep, alright, this one actually is feeling brave enough, so he's going to see if he can hit the mouther. So he bites at him and hits, and he gets multi-attack, so he's going to try to claw too. And connects with that too, and claws him too. So gets a couple little hits on the nasty-looking mouther thing, and it's our new best friend Sniffle's turn.
I mean, he's not under our control. I just was suggesting making him green so that he'd be movable. So whatever he's choosing to do, it's up to you.
Well, he's actually just looking at you, and then he says, "What do I do?" He says, "What do I do?" Or "What I do." He looks at you, looking at you.
I pointed him with a very stern finger, and I say, "Stay, sit."
He says, "Okay," and he kind of just wraps his tail around his legs a little bit and sits down, like Indian style, on the ground.
I give him a treat.
Yep.
Little piece of jerky.
He's munching. He likes it. He's kind of making happy little odd chocolate eye sounds.
I'm gonna teach him tricks later.
All right, your turn, Sako.
All right. I'm 30 feet away, so I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
He's been hit, so Toll the Dead has a separate damage dice if he's been hurt already. Sako.
Yeah, that's the 1d8 necrotic damage, I think.
Isn't it D8 if they haven't been hurt and D10 if they have, or something like that?
Oh, yeah, you're right. D12.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a higher die if they've been hurt already, and he has because the troglodyte hit him. Assuming that he fails a save or whatever.
It succeeds on its save.
Does that one do half damage on success or anything, Sako?
Does a wisdom saving throw target must succeed or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If it's already hurt, it takes 1d12. So if it saves, it saves.
Lame.
Yeah, nice attempt though. But yeah, he actually rolled a natural 20 on that one. So
Boo.
any bonuses here?
Yeah. How does Rav look right now? Is he feeling okay?
Tiny scratch, I'm fine.
Okay. Then I'm good. I'll just sit right back here.
Cool. Next is...
He's all mouths and no ears. The dead wouldn't work.
That's why I told the dead wouldn't work.
Couldn't hear nothing. It's your turn, Holmes.
I am gonna take a flying leap across this gap here. It's actually, well within the... wait a minute, it's 10... It's a foot for every modifier point, I think, which is only +2. So it actually would be an athletics check to jump across. I think that's the number is a foot for every, so... But that would be an
easy check.
Yeah, that should be more than enough. Make it.
Alright, then I can clear the gap to get to McDudson here, off to the side enough to hopefully give Eldor a shot still if he needs to. And I'm going to smack him in the face. I don't know that... does he have feet? I mean, he looks like he's a pile of stuff, right?
He is a pile of stuff, and his bottom is essentially just like a bunch of goo and stuff on the ground. You don't see any appendages except for just odd mouths and shit coming off of him. So he does not have legs that you can see at all.
Is it? Does it? He probably is. I won't do this anyways, but it should say usually if they're immune to certain conditions, like they could be immune to poisoned, or immune to charming, or immune to, in this case, prone. Does it say that he's immune to prone?
He is immune to prone, yes.
Yeah.
So I was just,
Yeah. Okay. So
but yeah, he's immune to prone. Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to use my last superiority to try to bleed him, assuming the hit connects with my... I'll just try to stab him first. I'm going to slash at one of the mouths, actually, but with the sharp end of the spear. For a 25.
It hits.
All right, then he needs to make a... Well, here, I'll just drop it on him. Fail or succeed?
fail or succeed.
He fails. He doesn't make it.
All right. That is going to be bad news for him. And he's already hurt, so I'll get Slayer on there as well. And my poison.
That was a good one.
And then
I'll spin it around and just smack him over the the top of the pudding, I guess, with the martial strike for my bonus action. 18.
That hits too.
There we go. And I'm going to stay within range of it, but just off to the side enough, hopefully, to still give Eldor line of sight. That's it for my turn.
Okay. And
He
you
just
guys.
started bleeding.
he just started bleeding.
That's what that last
That's what that last old guy rolled.
Okay, cool. And when you guys are looking at him, you can tell that he's certainly bloodied if he had blood, which I'm sure he does. It's probably just not your typical red. So he looks like he's taken a few hits. He is technically bloodied. So, but he does look around, seeing that he's now surrounded by a troglodyte and a person and a giant fish cat. So you actually see him start making like these weird, like he's jiggling kind of side to side a little bit, and then the ground around him actually starts to jiggle a little bit as well too, and looks like it's starting to kind of become weak, like almost like he's turning the stone soft in a way. So can Ghost and Rav give me a strength saving throw? You guys got to beat 10s.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
All right, let's see if your new, hopefully, friend Troglodyte succeeds.
We didn't try to convince him to be friendly. Just the, he just doesn't like this mouther either, potentially, because it seems like it's trying to eat him. But there's probably more in here, too. If there was 2, there could be more.
May have already been eaten.
That's true, yeah. We haven't seen the sides here, yeah, but if the mouther was eating, trying to eat them anyways, and we did hear eating sounds, so could have already chewed on them.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, I have to double check, but you guys did, even in all the action going on, you guys do hear other skittering footsteps around, too. So you hear... Yeah, in fact, actually, Rob, you'd be able to see... Hang on.
That's a good dog. You okay, girl? You okay?
Yeah, you see another troglodyte over there who was running towards you guys but stopped when he saw, Ghost will never get in the way over there. So he's kind of just standing there kind of panicking, just not really doing anything. But you do see another one over there. So, and I'll get back to you guys' effect in just 1 second here.
It is totally fine if you want to forget it, whatever the effect was that we failed our saves on. No.
No.
So just getting homeboy in the order there too, since you guys can see him now, number 14. So the ground again goes even softer than it was before because it just starts shaking it around, and you don't feel like Ghost too, and that troglodyte don't feel like you are going to be able to move for a minute, like at all. So like take steps, you can swing and stuff, you just can't move because the ground's so soft. So.
Oh,
That's
so
what
our feet
happens.
are...
Oh, so like our feet are sinking into it?
Movement is reduced to 0 for your next turn. You can still attack and stuff, but you can't move. So movement's reduced to 0 for your upcoming turns. For one upcoming turn each. So.
Okay. Like the ground is sticky and our feet are stuck to it kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Ground's all soft and kind of sticky, so you guys can't really run through it. So if you would have succeeded, then obviously, make it through or whatever. But yeah, it's all doughy and stuff. So the effect is movement speed reduced to 0 for your next turn. You can still take actions and stuff, though. Your turn, babe.
I haven't made my wisdom save yet, so what am I doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually just a 1 round thing, so you are good to go now. Because that was just like this thing. It's just your next round, which you already did when you tried to hurt that poor little troglodyte running away. So you are actually free.
Like the
Okay. All right. I'm assuming that restraining this thing wouldn't work.
No, there's nothing saying that he can't be restrained. He just can't be knocked prone. He doesn't have any kind of immunities to restraint, though, so you can try.
All right, I'll see what it does.
That hits. But it succeeds on its saving throw.
Of course it does.
You're rolling as bad as Fox now.
Natural one's coming over here, too. Still hurts him, though, so. And, again, he's looking like he's hurting pretty good, so.
Just move back over and I'm done.
Okay. Ghosty's turn. He can't move, remember. He's stuck. He can act, but he can't move.
How long does that process, like, is that the end of our turns that it kicks off, or does it last a certain number of rounds, or what?
No, it's just 1 round. So it's just your guys' everybody's upcoming round. So after this round, Ghost will be able to move again, etc. So.
Okay.
All right, then I guess he's gonna try to bite him then.
It hits. Nice. Good hit, too. Yeah, so he takes a nice little chunk out of that nasty thing.
He's making out with it. He's biting the other mouths.
He's just trying to find good to eat.
Yeah, that's true. He tried eating that gazer and it didn't work. But again, every time he bites this thing, now you guys can see it when he bit that thing, he kind of just gets this really, like, gross look. And then kind of spits out the blood and stuff after he bites.
If he's just running away and we're not impeding him, if you don't need him for anything else, you can just take him off, G.
I think he's far enough away. And nobody's going after him, so yeah, I'm just going to take him off now, because he is just continuing to hightail it out of here. So he's gone.
Also keep in mind that if he's not doing anything, basically if he's fleeing, then he would be using his action to dash, so he would get double movement speed.
Oh, okay, then yeah, he would have been gone last time then. So yeah, he is out of there. So. Alright, now let's see. 11's going to see if he can fight off this thing again, because he's feeling brave still. Hey, look at that. So he goes and bites at the thing, and it gets a nice little bite on it, and the mouth was already falling apart because you guys were hacking little pieces off of it anyway. And then it kind of just slumps over into a pile and just continues to lay there. Doesn't seem to be moving anymore.
I've just got my spear up in case the troglodytes are, go after us also. Is the ground still sticky?
Since the thing's unconscious, I'm assuming that effect would end, because it didn't actually make the ground weak. I'm assuming it would have been some kind of magical effect, so it probably would have ended when it fell, right?
Well, that's what I was. Basically, it depends. If it was not a physical thing and like a mental thing, but actually it was a strength check, so it probably was a physical thing. So it was like I guess if it doesn't retain its stickiness for more than a round, then it's not like it's acid or something that's melting the ground. It really depends on what the wording says of the thing, but don't worry about it. I was just curious.
Um, yeah. Well, it was a physical thing, so it might just still be there for another few seconds or whatever. So you guys can't move at the moment, but when you guys look around, 14 and 11, they're kind of just standing there looking at you and like looking to see if anything else is moving, if any of those other things are around or anything, but they don't seem to be advancing on you or anything.
I mean, if they're not acting hostile to us, and that thing was, you know what? I'm gonna just try to talk to him. Like, I'll just say to him, that thing was trying to eat you. I don't know that.
I don't know that
the
they
game,
can.
so that's up to you.
Let me see. Actually, it'll tell me on the thing if they speak common. Hang on a second.
And what their intelligence is, they might be too stupid.
It doesn't. I don't see anything about here about language of spoke or anything, but its intelligence is 6, so it's not the smartest thing in the world. But I think it can understand at least basic stuff. So he's probably he just looks at you and just puts his weapon down and says that he just points over to the east. Yeah, he points over to the east, and then starts doing like a little thing, like he's running. So trying to tell you that thing just came from the east. So and that's all he really knows.
I'll point down at the mouther and then mime an eating motion, like bringing food to my mouth, kind of thing, and then like a shrug, like a questioning.
Yeah, he looks up at you and puts out 2 fingers and then points at number 14 over there, and then not like agrees with what you're saying. So he's essentially trying to tell you that a couple of them were eaten already.
I'm gonna still holding my spear in my right hand. I'm just gonna kind of hold both hands up, just still holding one, but basically the other hand open, and just walk towards him. And I'm gonna try to, if he'll move, I'm gonna come around this corner to see what's back here.
Yeah, he steps out of the way, like over there, and then he actually turns that way too, because he wants to see if anything else is coming from that way. But yeah, he's looking over at what you're doing. So.
You said he had gold coins in the body. Was there anything else? Like, I'm not gonna bother digging through its like jelly corpse of mouths to grab a few coins. But was there anything else? Like, is there anything valuable stuck in there?
Go ahead and do a investigation, please.
I might cut a piece off of it and put it in the wet bag as well. Only an 8.
When you look at him, no. Well, you cut that piece off and keep it. And when you look at him, you just see again there's a few gold, some silver, and some copper and stuff stuck to him, but nothing else of value seems to be stuck on him or in him or whatever. So. And when you see a couple of other corridors going to the east, so one directly to your east, one to the southeast, and then when you look up, you actually can see the starting of a corridor to the northeast as well too.
I'll call back over to Eldor and Akasha to let him know that it's okay to come in, and we can finish checking this place out and make sure that these two stay at least not hostile.
Okay, because you guys would have been looking over there anyway, so you see that it's just a big checkered pattern over there to the west, and there actually is another troglodyte over there. I'll reveal him too, but he was also trying to run away as well too. And when you look at him, he doesn't seem like he's hostile or anything. They're all just they're kind of watching what you're doing, but slowly moving towards the door as well too, like they want to get out of here. So.
I'll motion to them, like just nod and kind of gesture towards the doorway and a wave away kind of a motion, like if they want to run, go ahead.
Maybe ask them if they need a job.
Well, I mean, I don't have any way to. I think you probably would be the best way to communicate with them, but I don't have any other way. I mean, primeval awareness works for animals, but these guys aren't. Or I think it works for beasts specifically, and these guys aren't beasts. I don't think. Does it say what? Well, I guess we wouldn't know that. So, I mean, if it says what languages they speak and it doesn't include any of the languages we do speak, then we would need something like comprehend languages or tongues or something of that sort.
Yeah, you got to speak with animals, but that's they're not animals.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I totally missed it on here where it says languages. Only troglodyte, yes, so they don't speak common, but again, gesturing and stuff, I think he was smart enough to have that little, conversation with you, that physical conversation, Prof. And they are medium humanoids, so they're troglodytes is what they are, but they are medium humanoids.
Yeah, so not beasts then. Okay. Well, if it looks like we're kind of at the end of this place anyway, so let's, I guess we'll check this room real quick, and if the rest of the, place is just where the troglodytes have been living or whatever, there's probably not much of value there that we wouldn't be stealing from them. And then those stairs might go back to the surface too, since there was a bunch of ways out. What's annoying is that all of these, there was two exits on the southern part of this here that we could have presumably used to get in here instead of having to climb through the sewers. You wouldn't have a cat that smells like, well, cat, dog, fish that smells like a sewer for a week.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long.
And we don't have hoses, so it's going to take manual washing. It's going to be buckets and sponges.
Tomato soup bath.
That probably would help. Yeah, like a skunk bath. You know what though? I mean, if we can convince him that there's treats in it for him, maybe we can get Sniffle to do it because he obviously doesn't mind living in a sewer. And Sniffle's probably small enough to ride him, so we could have a pretty badass. Lion-mounted kobold for a helper.
We'd have to buy a saddle.
We could get one made, sure. Turn him into Changer and Battle Cat.
And a lance so he can joust.
And the lance is basically like a fucking toothpick because he's too small and too weak to do anything. Let's, I guess, just investigate the rooms and see if there's anything of value around.
That room that you're looking at, Jill, reveal the rest of it, but you look around and don't see too much that seems to be interesting in that first room up there. It just looks like an old wine cellar. So it doesn't seem like there's like some old broken barrels and stuff, but it just looks like an old wine cellar is what it looks like.
Okay. Were the coins that were in the mouther, were they just like part of its skin? Like, was it just other things that it had eaten at some point?
Well, you would assume that he was just going through something and rolled over coins of some kind, and then they got stuck to his person and kind of just embedded themselves inside of him. So.
Okay.
Oh, and while you were still there, there's a corridor that goes to the south too. So there's another room down there. Sorry, I forgot to reveal that part to where you can see that, but there's just a little corridor. There's not even a door going to the south of the room that you were just in. So.
Okay, well, I'll check that out then, and then we can probably get out of here. Do those stairs go upstairs, guys? Or do they go out, I mean?
Yeah, two of those doors that they found did go out to the street level. Eldor found one in Akasha.
Yeah, but there's another set of stairs inside this chamber where Akasha is right now, and do those go out as well, is what I was checking.
Okay, hang on, let me check. When you look down in that room, you actually do see, you'd assume, where those coins came from. You do see that in the bottom corner of that room, you do see that there's a chest over there. So the chest is locked, but there was coins on, though there's still a couple of coins on the outside. So you're assuming that thing was rolling over that chest and picked up those coins. But there is a treasure chest in the corner over there.
But it's locked? How big is it? Is it like too big to carry, or do we need to bust it open?
Probably too big to carry. Also, if you guys were going to, well, you could, but it would just be a pain in the ass. And then also, if you guys were going to carry that, if you still wanted that mechanical beholder, then you're going to be lugging that around anyway. So, but it doesn't look like it's the greatest locker in the world.
Guys, there's a chest back here if you want to take a look. I mean, I might be able to smash it open, but there's probably a more deft way of doing that without being noisy and destructive.
I'll go see if I can't pick it.
I'll be the
As usual.
I didn't hear what you said.
Well, I was just saying, as usual, to Sako's packing mule, use your thieves tool, so that would be a dex check. So either dex or sleight of hand. Oh yeah, that's good. It pops open. You didn't even have much trouble with that. And you look in there and see just money, mostly. Copper pieces, silver pieces, and you see a beholder, a little gold pendant in the shape of a beholder that has some gems for eyes. So, like those little gazer-looking things that you found, like that mechanical one. A little pendant one that's made out of gold with gems for eyes. And then you guys do see a rolled-up scroll in there as well, too. So.
Alright, is there anything on the scroll?
When it comes to spell scrolls, would that be written in common, or would that be a different kind of language, Holmes?
It's written in an arcane language, so you'd have to make an Arcana check to understand what the spell is. I mean, you'd be able to tell that it is arcane, just not necessarily what the spell is without an Arcana check.
Okay, well, you can tell exactly that, babe. You can tell it's arcane, but you're not sure what it is yet. You guys can check it out whenever you want, but you can tell it's an arcane scroll, so you can feel it.
Okay, well, knowing Eldor cast spells, I'll just give it to him.
Okay.
Both your guys' spells are divine source, not arcane, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to read it, but understand that it is arcane, of course. Just with an Arcana check, you'd be able to tell what it is.
Did you want me to do an Arcana check on him?
Yeah, you can if you want to. Nice. And I'll go ahead and drop it into the inventory, but it is a scroll of dark vision. So I put it in with the pendant as well in the party inventory. The money that you guys found was 137 silver and 277 copper pieces in there.
And the pendant looks valuable. You said there's gems in it?
Made out of gold, and when you pick it up, it feels like it's, solid gold. And the eyes are made out of gems, so the little beholder eyes. So it looks like it's worth at least a few bucks.
I pulled the tube so that it's not sitting in party inventory, because party inventory is, since we don't have like a bag of holding or anything like that, it's kind of like a nebulous space that we're essentially carrying all of these things amongst ourselves anyways, before it's actually divvied up. So I'll grab the tube with the deed or whatever, and I'll just put it in my backpack.
Okay, cool. And let me check what those stairs were right there. Hang on. That Kasha was looking at.
Maybe we'll check with Dell later, guys, and see if he would be interested in that spell book and that scroll that we just found. Maybe sell those.
A little extra cash.
Yeah, and that pendant too, unless that's of some use beyond just being valuable. Do we want to lug that? Well, I guess it's kind of a question for Eldor, because you'd probably be the one carrying it. Do you want to lug that beholder thing back to the bar?
AFK, sec guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I can transport it. I mean, I'm sure we're going to head back to town after this anyway.
Yeah, were we supposed to meet Jarlaxle anywhere, or was he just supposed to, is Sheena going to come back to the bar to find out, that we found the stone? Do you guys remember?
I think he was just going to come back.
Okay. Because, I specifically asked him about means of contacting him, and he said something about, that he would reach out or whatever. I just didn't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, my notes say that he'll send somebody by in a couple days.
Okay. All right, then we just go back to the bar then and wait for him to show up, I suppose.
I also have down that we can send one of the bird papers to him if need be.
That was my original question, is if that's, if we could reach him that way, or if he had some means of responding if we did that. I suppose we could do that, and then he'll know, and then he can show up, that day or whatever, instead of waiting a couple of days. He'd probably be excited to know that we found the stone.
Okay, guys. When you at the top of those stairs, when you walked up those stairs, you see that there was a doorway there, but it's been filled in with break-in stone. So it's a dead end. Those stairs are. So you were just looking at.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go back and grit.
Get the sniffle, and for simplicity's sake, I'll probably just carry him, and I don't want anybody else seeing him and thinking, like trying to step on a rat kind of a thing. And we'll head our way out. What do you guys think? You want to just use one of the other ways out, without having to go back through the sewer water?
Yeah, make a note of it for a future shortcut, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that door that was locked right there
Yeah.
to the south.
So then, since it seems like we've found everything we needed to in here, and dealt with whatever threats were here, of course, but we have the stone, so that we can head back. Unless there's anything else we need to do, we can head back to the bar, send off a word with the paper bird things to Jarlaxle to let him know that we have the stone, so that he can come by and pick it up.
Are you guys gonna grab that mechanical beholder, or are you gonna leave it behind?
Eldor?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up on my way out.
We can take it
We can take her with it.
Okay, so you guys go, because again, there's a couple of different entrances, and they both led up. You're looking out alleys and stuff, so you're back in the town. And if I remember right, you guys are in the dock ward, aren't you?
I think so. Where the cellar complex was.
Southern Ward.
Okay, so yeah, you guys will have to head home if you want to, or if you want to make any stops first. But again, you are carrying that giant mechanical beholder, so you might want to get it home first. And you have a little kobold friend with you, so.
Yeah, we can go back first, and then maybe go to the Fantasy Costco and see if Dell is interested in the spell book and the scroll. Unless there's any use you guys might have for it, we could potentially sell the spell book and the scroll and that pendant, or maybe even look at the beholder, see if it's of any particular use or value. What do you guys think?
Might as well. Get a little extra cash to soup up the bar.
Okay, guys. When it comes to that beholder pendant, you guys bring it over to one of the local shops, and they appraise it at 250 gold pieces if you guys wanted to part with it. So.
Nice. And I don't have any use
About
for it,
that
so might as well
scroll?
sell that. Yeah, how about the scroll and the spellbook?
Okay, let me take a look at those.
Actually, the spell book's nothing I can use, right?
It's an arcane spellbook. Divine casters don't use spellbooks.
Ah, gotcha.
Sometimes there are shared rituals and things like that that can be used amongst both, but it's not very common. And usually yours would be divine sourced anyway, so you'd still have to have the spell from, a spell choice from leveling up and everything.
Okay.
Unless you take a feat.
For how much you guys, the sell value of that, would I just look that up? Because I don't think it says on the item description. I didn't see. on either one of them.
Yeah, you just Google it. Just Google what I think I made a note of it of what level it was so that you could use a spellbook generator to see what spells it has and everything. But
They were level 1 spells, what it said in the thing.
oh, okay. Then in that case, probably whatever they regular like if you just look in the items list inside of Fantasy Grounds, look up a spellbook, how much they cost. Because if it's only level 1 spells, then it's going to be basically that. It's going to be a default spellbook.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm pretty sure it said it was level 1 wizard spells, but just a common spellbook here says that the cost would be 50 GP. So would that be the resale value, or would that be the buying value?
That would be the buying value, so it probably would sell for 35, 40 gold.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just say that actually they'll go ahead. They said that they'll go ahead and give you 40 because they actually wanted to get a book with some of those spells and stuff. And anyway, they had somebody asking about it, so they'll give you 40 for that. And let me look up this. That one's even better. Cost 230 gold, so that'd be 115 or so. So they'd probably, 130 or so, you think, G?
That's fair.
Okay, so 170 total. Man, you guys made lots of money. Cool.
The pendant was 250.
Yeah, pendant was 250.
Did you want us to add that in, or you gonna add it in?
We can.
We can divvy it. So
Well, I'll just put it in
once.
and you guys can do it.
Well, yeah. If you just get rid of the items on the right side, G, in the party sheet, add up the money on the left side. So it was 250 for the pendant plus whatever we got for the scroll and whatever we got for the spell book. Put that in there and then press the arrow below that. There's a down arrow. Just click that and it'll automatically divvy it up, including the silver and the copper. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, and did you guys want to, while you guys are back at the bar, did you guys want to mess with that mechanical beholder? See if you can do something with it? Oh, and also, when you guys get back to the bar, Sancho tells you guys that Sheena was there for a minute after you guys left to go to the cellar complex, and she said, when they're done, Jarlaxle said he was going to be at the theater later on tonight and tomorrow night too. So if you happen to find what you're after, you can meet him at the theater. But he said when you go to the theater, do not ask for Jarlaxle, just ask for the theater manager, and he'll come find you guys.
Okay, well, I guess now we know where we're going then. We can, in the meantime, I guess we can check out that beholder, and I'll familiarize Sniffle with the place. I think I might, from either Fantasy Costco or just nearby store, I'm going to get him a uniform of some kind, so that it's clear that he's representing the bar, and make him feel proud of himself for being a bodyguard.
Cool.
Gotta get like a
Go ahead.
mini biker jacket for Reek.
Yeah, that works. Get him a patch on the back.
There you go. Get him a couple little extra fancy weapons made. You can watch the door for you guys. So, yep, we'll just say that you went over and got a nice little outfit for him, so he's looking swag. So, and then
I'll get
with
him
that,
to-
And I'll get him to.
okay, actually, with advantage, roll a persuasion check and see if he's gonna fall for it. See if he's gonna actually do it. But he likes you, so with advantage, if you're asking, Ruff.
19.
Yeah, I think that would be good enough. He kind of looks at you and just kind of wags his tail and says, "Okay, okay." So then he's just asks what he needs, and so you guys just can get him a wash tub and some rags and all that stuff.
Yep. And once he's done, I'm gonna check Ghost out, make sure the Ghost is nice and shiny, check under his ears, make sure that he's properly given a bath, and then assuming that he has given him a decent enough bath, I'm gonna give Sniffle a silver coin.
Okay, and Honey, is Ghost going to cooperate or not?
Begrudgingly, but yes, he will sit there.
All right, so he's gonna have that hangdog look on his face like you're murdering him the entire time, but he'll just sit there.
Pretty much.
Can't smell like that. Ghost.
All right, on your inspection, you do find that he actually is pretty clean. It actually looks like he's pretty clean. Again, he still has a faint smell because his soap might not get old. So if you get close to him and smell his fur, he still stinks a little bit, but he's definitely pretty clean. And it's just like an insect smell. So give him some time or find something that'll get rid of the smell in his fur. But otherwise, he's clean. Okay, and for the beholder, whoever wants to check it out, give me an intelligence check, please.
I could run that. Just an abilities intelligence, that's all.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna run over to Fellas and see if she has any like lavender oil or.
Grab some cat.
Okay, so you head over there, and she says, "Hey, how you doing? What can I get for you?"
Just wondering if you had any scented oils or any.
So she says, "Yeah, we have plenty of those. So what's it for? Freshening up a room? Maybe some articles of clothing or something. What is it for?"
My lion fell in a sewer.
That sounded.
She says, "I don't think I've ever had a customer say that phrase before. A lion fell in a sewer, but if it's a smell on the fur, the lavender oils will definitely help. But I'd recommend taking some of this." And she goes back and grabs a clear liquid, and when she opens it up, you can smell it. It smells like alcohol that went bad. It's vinegar. And she says, "Use some of this, and next time you give him a bath, use some of this, and it'll help get that smell out of his fur. But then if you want to use the oils on him too, then he'll smell even better afterwards. So it's up to you."
I'll take them both.
She says, "Thank you. It won't cost much, and 5 silver pieces. That sound fair?"
Sounds great.
She says, "Thank you, and hopefully that works because I know smelly animals are not exactly fun. So, can I get anything else for you?"
No, I think that's it.
All right. And Sako, actually, that was good enough. So you start tinkering with it, assuming that it's broken, because when you guys went in there, that one dwarf looked like he was fucking with it. So they were all trying to get that thing working. The actual lighter skinned dwarf, the one that you guys one-shotted, he was messing with it, and he couldn't get it to work. But you do start messing with it, and it starts to actually like buzzing a little bit, and the eyes start lighting up, and it kind of just starts jiggling around and stuff like that. So it doesn't really seem like it does a whole lot. It's kind of just like something to look at, but you do see it is activated. It does that for about a minute once you start fucking with it, and then it turns off again. So the lights go off and everything again in the eyes.
Interesting, not very useful.
Seems like more just like a prop or for fun. Doesn't seem like it's too useful. Wouldn't be like useful in combat or anything.
Maybe the Temple of Gond would like it, since they like mechanics.
Yeah, you guys could do that if you wanted to. Or you could just have it for, since you don't have jukeboxes or love testers in your bar, you can have that little mechanical thing. People can go like pay a quarter and light up.
I don't like the potential connotation of it being connected with the Xanathar Guild, though.
That is a fair point. So you guys just
Well,
hand it over to the Temple of God when you get a chance, or what?
What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
I'm good, yeah.
They thank you very much for your donation, and again, apologize for Nim and everything. And did you guys have it? Did you guys go back there since you found that Nimblewright that blew everybody up?
Not yet.
So do you guys explain what happened when you go over to drop off the beholder?
Probably in a somewhat antagonistic way. Just tell them that we dealt with their problem, so it's taken care of now.
Yeah, they say thank you, and then again look at Nim, and she just kind of hangs her head down. She looks kind of sad that her friend got killed, but she knew that she messed up. So they say thank you very much again, and they apologize for all the trouble they caused you guys. So, and they thank you for your generosity in spite of that.
Okay. Then I suppose as far as next steps, then obviously we're running out of time here anyway, but next week then we'll go to it's the theater that we're supposed to meet him at and ask for the manager.
Yeah, he said to meet him at or Sheena said that Jarlax will be at the theater for a few nights. So just go ahead and meet him there anytime in the evening, but don't ask for him by Jarlaxle because he does his usual thing and likes to do his dumb disguises and shit. So they don't know him as Jarlaxle there. So just ask for the theater manager and he'll be there. So
Sounds good.
We have to get our
go
we
ahead.
have to get our Karen haircuts before asking for the manager.
Yeah, we gotta get the manager haircuts.
Yeah, exactly. And when you guys were, again, I should have said this before. I think I did, but I can't remember. Jarlaxle told you guys that when you find the stone, that if it was attunable, then, not to attune it because it's, he wants it. So, again, you guys can choose to try to attune it if you want to. But it takes a while to unattune it. Isn't that how it works, G? Or how long does it take to do that?
An hour. You usually do it during a short rest, but an hour is what it takes to attune an item.
Okay, because again, you guys can do whatever you want, but he asked you guys, not to attune it because he doesn't want you guys to, try to feel his power and then steal it or whatever. So if you guys want to try to attune it, you can. So do you guys want to try or not?
I don't.
I don't. It doesn't. I don't.
care about the hoard of gold or whatever that's down there. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, guys. Then we'll just say that you guys rest up. So I'll make sure I apply a long rest here, and then we'll start next week. And yeah, you guys can head over to the theater and hand it off if you want, of course.
Sounds good.